Good afternoon everyone. Today I'm going to show you what I'm calling a flip corner card. So I originally saw this on Inspiring Inking, which is Amanda Fowler, her YouTube video. So the front of the card is like this, and then you open it up and that's the inside of the card. So this stamp set here is Biggest Wish, which I absolutely love because you can interchange all the different wordings and everything, which is great. And then I've also used here for the stamping in Pale Papaya on the Pale Papaya cardstock, hand-penned petals. So here's the hand-penned petals suite, which is absolutely fabulous. And that's the stamp set there, which is really lovely. And then I haven't got many papers left. So this is all I've got left, and thankfully I've ordered some more. But what I love about these papers is that you can use the back with the front, so you've got the sort of pattern on white there, and then this can be used for the paper at the back. What else have I been doing with these papers? Well, I've been preparing a lot of scrappy strip cards, and you can see all the different colours. That's with the Fresh Freesia. This is with the Pale Papaya with the Designer Series paper. See how many different colours there are. This one is put onto Blushing Bride, and this one has been put onto Pale Papaya. Those are ready to be finished, those cards. And here's another card. Julie Heights demonstrated this card. It's a quilt card of a sort, and you open it up and you've got little quilt swatches inside. So that's another video, another time. So back to this card. Here's one version of it, which is in more subtle colours. And here's one which is in Cinnamon Cider. That's garden green with, I think that's a sort of shade of garden green there. That's from Colour and Contour, that flower, and you open it up. Hello friend, you're absolutely amazing. Not the sort of colours I'm usually comfortable with, those two. So I have chosen today to use Blushing Bride with Mint Macaron. So I'm going to start off with the measurements. So the card base is basically 5 3/4 by 8, and then you score it down the middle at 4. And then for the inside, you've got a piece of cardstock which is 5.5 by 3 3/4. The Designer Series paper is 5 1/4 by 3.5. The white piece for the sentiment on the inside is basic white, and that's 4 by 2.5. And then for the front square that's going to come down, you've got some cardstock, which is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then you've got some Designer Series paper, that's Pale Papaya, which is in 2.5 by 2.5. Right, let's get cracking. I'm just going to close the windows because the traffic is a bit noisy. So if I just close that window and this window. It's such a lovely sunny day today, but I didn't realise how noisy. We don't live on a busy road actually, but it's just one of those. Right, let's put these to one side. You start off with the card open, so this is the inside of the card facing you, and you put the left edge of the card at 3 inches. And then one of the many things I love about this trimmer is that the cutting arm, the arm here, has inch imperial measurements along it. So you're going to take it from 3 up to a 1/2 inch. Just there we go. So there's that line from 3 up to 1/2 inch. Then you take, this is landscape, you take the card and you flip it over so that it's portrait. And so this is the top of the card here. That will go at 3 again. And you will start it at 3 and go up once again to 1/2 inch. And there you go. And that's how easy it is, as long as you get it the right way round. So now what you're going to do is you're going to be flipping it. So it's going to be flipped down this way. And I'm going to take it carefully so that I want it. So it's going to look straight. And then I'm going to take my bone folder and just do that and that. And then I have my card good to go. So let's decorate it. I'm going to start with the inside. So fairly straightforward card today, pretty quick and easy, very good way of using up Designer Series paper, and a good excuse to get some more, which is always nice, isn't it, to get a new pack of Designer Series paper Nothing quite like opening a new pack of designer series paper, particularly if it's speciality with some gold or silver pieces in it. So there's the designer series paper on the inside. I'm not going to stick that in yet. I'm going to probably stamp on it first. So I'm just going to put the piece of 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 cardstock down here and get it so that it's nice and even. I'm happy with that. And I'm going to stamp on this piece using the Biggest Wish stamp set. So I was just seeing if I can find, I've got a mat here to stamp on. So I've got that to stamp on. That's 2 black mats from my Stamparatus. I have actually got another mat, but this was the one that came to hand first. So I'm going to do Thanks Friend. So I'm going to do the thanks in the Pale Papaya. Make sure it's going to stay on. There we go. So I'm going to put that straight and put the thanks like that. Hold it down. That's fine. And then I'm going to do the friend in Mint Macaron. And that's going to go across like that. There we go. So now I'm ready to stick that down. Could have done it in Blushing Bride, I suppose, actually. But there we go. That's a reminder for next time. But interesting in the Pale Papaya. Gives a bit of a lift to it. So, do you know what? I probably would have been stamping that in Blushing Bride if I'd done the sentiment there, the thanks in Blushing Bride. But because I've done that in Pale Papaya, do you know what? I'm going to stamp the background stamp, which is here. This is one of the large stamps from Hand Penned. I'm going to stamp here. I'm going to take a bit of a risk here and stamp in Pale Papaya. I'm going to see what happens. So I'm going to turn that in like that. And I think I might put it like that. Oh, interesting. And then I'm just going to put a little bit alongside here. And just a tiny bit there. And perhaps a little bit just at the bottom here. Interesting, I like that. So you can see some of that Pale Papaya just coming through there. So it says thanks friend, and then let me see, what do I want to put on this piece? I've just grabbed the Sweet Strawberry stamp set and I'm just going to put That Was So Sweet of You, which is quite a useful sentiment to put on there. That was so sweet of you. Here it is. So let's just find a block, put that on there, and then I'm going to do this, I think, in Mint Macaron. There we go. And then I'm going to stick that on. See how quick and easy? That probably took me about 5 minutes from start to finish. Really quick to cut out your pieces. I could decorate that with a flower if I wanted to, but I think I'll just keep it simple. So thanks friends, and then when you open it, that was so sweet of you. So there we go, quick and easy card. So that's the one I have just made. That's another one that is very, very similar to Amanda's. She just used a different greeting from that set. And then there's the one that's not quite my colours, but interesting. Not my favourite, but because the cinnamon cider and the mint, the inside of that I've stamped a flower on. The cinnamon cider and the mint macaron is in the designer series paper, so that's why I used that. And that obviously is Calypso Coral, so a bit different, but you know, it gives a bit of a lift to the card. So I really hope you've enjoyed that card and that you enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Goodbye.